What's up, guys? We're gonna be starting here in about 5-ish minutes. I will be right back. This is Z-Rex, No Noise Research, coming at you live. Back in about 5. Hello, hello, hello. How are y'all doing this evening? Hope it is well. Again, this is Z-Rex with No Noise Research coming at you live on August 22nd, 2018. It's a little bit late tonight. It's about midnight over here. I was trying to do one of these earlier around 5 o'clock. And man, I had... when it rains technical difficulties, I guess it pours, right? Yeah, I just had a computer. I got the B-sod, the blue screen of death. I'm sure everybody has had one of those. They're not fun to deal with. So, I was messing with that for way too damn long. And I had to go take care of some stuff, and then now we're getting it in. So let's go to the first thing that's probably been on everybody's mind. I'm sure you've heard it already, but that's okay. We're going to talk about it. The SEC. Oh man, we've heard those 3 damn letters way too many times. Oh guys, guess what I almost forgot to do? Oh, just kidding. There it is. Alright, so they had up until tomorrow to do it, Thursday the 23rd. They announced it a while ago, just like they have up to the date to do that with any of them, right? Which we have talked about here. Wasn't pegged for that day or anything. And they decided just to kind of surprise everybody a little bit, just a day early. Just a little smidget there. But, so they actually came out, though. They not only surprised on the day, they surprised on who they denied. Not only did they deny ProShares, they went ahead and slapped Direction and Granite shares down as well. So, a couple little double surprises. Nothing too crazy, though. Let's see. Excuse me. There's a couple things that I thought were cool here. They said the SEC cited a letter from one of the current markets for Bitcoin futures in the U.S., the CBOE. Additionally, the president and COO of CFE recently acknowledged in a letter to the commission staff that the current Bitcoin futures trading volume on the CBOE and CME may not currently be sufficient. A little dyslexia there, to support ETPs seeking 100% long or short exposure to Bitcoin. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I see the volume there. I mean, let's go over and look at it real quick. Let's see what he's talking about. Bitcoin. And to do futures on TradingView, you add 1 for a continuous contract. If you don't want to do the code, the month code, you just do BTC, the number 1 exclamation point, and that will bring that guy up for you on the CME on TradingView. So yeah, here you go. Let's look at the volume. The volume has been steadily increasing the entire life of the product, but yeah, it is pretty low because we're only down here, you know, in the thousands. Let's call it 5 to 7,000 or so. So if we just take 6K, each one of those contracts is 5 Bitcoin. So that's about, let's say, 25 to 50,000 Bitcoin being traded on there in the last few months daily on the high end. Yeah, that really isn't that much at current prices. Just if you're curious, it's about 100 to 250 million. So not chump change, but low. And it's also a new product, you know. It hadn't even been out a year, and it came out pretty much marked the top. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it did mark the top almost to the T. So wait until Bitcoin turns around a little bit and people get excited. What's the volume going to be like on this guy? Spoiler alert, a lot more. So they're just rejecting away over here, throwing the ban hammer around. There's also this quote here. Oh, also, don't forget that Hester Price, the lady from the SEC, she's trying to convince her colleagues. So even her coming out and saying that, it's like one more step. We're just getting a little bit closer. And I have heard that it definitely won't happen this year, but it's definitely happening early next year. Just heard that from a birdie. But, so, the commission acknowledges that, compared to trading in unregulated Bitcoin spot markets, trading a Bitcoin-based ETP, which is exchange-traded product, it's kind of blankets those types of ETNs, ETFs, etc., on a national securities exchange may provide some additional protection for investors. So they're like, oh yeah, SEC is conceding and saying that they would get more protection to investors, but the commission must consider this potential benefit in the broader context of whether the proposal meets each of the applicable requirements of the Exchange Act, which that Hester Price lady has already said it most certainly does. And she's correct. If you can just compare it to other products and ETFs that are listed, ProShares themselves have over like 130 different ETFs. So, and they don't have really awesome markets, but there's still an ETF for it. So I don't know, it's kind of just a little bit annoying, let's call it. But again, I also don't really think it matters. It'll be cool for certain people, but ultimately in the growth of Bitcoin in the space, like an ETF, cool, whatever. It's good for grandma, I guess, but it doesn't really matter in the long run. Plus, they'd have to concede anyway and approve one, or someone would just make one. Like, it's like kind of slightly irrelevant. Moving on. NVIDIA quits crypto. They're throwing the towel away, man. They're throwing it in, dropping the mic. Whatever analogy you want to use, they are done due to low profit. This is a good sign. I like to see this because that means we're on the bottom end of a range and not the top end of a range. Because all you heard about how NVIDIA was super badass, right? It's all you heard about. And let's go ahead and look at their chart and you'll see why. You heard this a lot. We'll put it on a weekly so we don't have to look at so much. All right, there you go. There's 2017, the beginning of 2017 here. And it really hasn't looked back since. For about 2 years straight, really 3 years straight. 20 to 260. All right. That is about 1,300% in 1,100 days. So it's been performing pretty damn well. Fun little story in my paper account. I tried to short the crap out of NVIDIA here. And you can kind of see what happened. Yeah, that did not work. So, even though you have divergences and stuff like that, and you're seeing it, you know, it's like, doesn't mean it can't keep going up by any means. Although we had some pretty strong RSI even on this weekly, it was pretty much above 50 for like since mid 2016. It looks like even to today. No, not quite. Here's middle of 2016. So it did dip just ever so slightly in early April. Getting shook up by that Bitcoin because a lot of their money was from this. They were all up in it. But now they're done. Their CFO says, which is Chief Financial Officer, they do all that fun bookkeeping stuff. We believe we've reached a normal period as we're looking forward to essentially no cryptocurrency as we move forward. Which, like, wait a second. Essentially no cryptocurrency? Did she forget to say something? Maybe they forgot. But if that's what she really said, it's like we've reached a normal period. Like, we're back to normal, guys. Crypto's over. That was fun. It's done. Moving forward. That's kind of like the nice way that this Colette Kress, CFO NVIDIA, is saying. And apparently the CEO has also echoed the negative sentiment, adding that profitability of its cryptocurrency-focused mining chips has declined substantially. Well, no shit. We've all seen the damn chart. Their stock has been still doing very well, though. This is almost like a better play than Bitcoin. Gosh, I know I'm probably going to get some flack for that, but like money-wise, well, I guess it depends when you bought, right? I'm assuming you would buy, like most people are going to buy somewhere in, you know, this range right here. So, and only for a very short time. If you finally bit the bullet and got in here, like in this level, I mean, pretty much all my friends that weren't already in it, even trader buddies of mine, didn't get in it for the longest time. I don't know why, but most people didn't even start thinking about it until it got right here, until like the 6,000s. So, yeah, so it's gotten beat up again. We're talking about the correlation to some NVIDIA. Look at this. Same time, if you bought over here. Oh, damn, son. What? Same time frame. You're up over 50%. So, it's interesting. That would have been an awesome rotation there. And really, that one wasn't too hard to kind of notice, but it is hard to notice when you're trapped all up in this shit when the market is just going bananas. Yeah, that's 5,000 to 20,000 in like a month and a half. You're just like, what? But yeah, so they're throwing in the towel. We're on the bottom side of the chart in the bottom range, which is cool. They all talk about, they keep going about some other stuff here. I always put the sources of these articles if you want to read them and see some stuff and check them out yourself. I put links in the description. Also with timestamps as well, so you can browse quickly. It usually takes me an hour or two after it finishes processing and all that good fun stuff. So, and if you're on Twitch or Mixer, I just started getting over there. I finally figured it out with something called Restream. I can't believe it was so easy. But now I'm over there. I really liking Mixer's platform. They almost have kind of like a built-in crypto. So the interface is slightly kind of annoying. It reminds me of like Xbox too much a little bit, which wasn't the best one. But the platform is fast and it's awesome. So I do like that. So if y'all are out there on Mixer or Twitch, I'm still kind of getting used to and familiar with all of that. So, but if you go to the YouTube ones, you can reference the timestamps over there. I don't have them yet on Twitch and Mixer, but that will be soon. Anyway, back to NVIDIA throwing the towel in. They're saying that the core problem of the cryptocurrency arm in NVIDIA is that demand for GPU mining has declined. No shit. Yeah, well. There's only a handful of tokens in cryptocurrencies which miners can produce with GPU miners because of the lack of computing power in the chips used to create graphics cards. So, really, this is more so kind of part of this sentence, I believe. There's only a handful of tokens in cryptocurrencies which miners can produce with GPUs. But it's more so that there's a lot of tokens that they can mine, but right now price sucks, so no one cares. You know, this isn't the first time this happened either. Happened with altcoins in 2014 and 15, but you can mine a buttload of them though. It got easier, so it's not gonna die. It's funny that they like are being so, this gigantic company that created the GPU, and they're sitting over here being all you know, fidgety, like, oh god, crypto, it's essentially no cryptocurrency as we move forward. It's over, guys. Right here, they said it, it's done. So it's just funny, guys. Don't forget, people run all this shit, right? And this is a crazier thing. People are coders too. All right. Yeah, so they write all that stuff. Anyway, Binance unveils their DEX. It's pretty cool. I watched the video. It's pretty short. It's all just on the client side, really basic, but it was really fast and executed. So that's pretty cool. I can't figure out, if someone knows this, please let me know or leave it below in the comments or message me or something, what platform they're using, or if they are building one from scratch. I can't imagine that they would be building one from scratch. They could be, but I feel like that would be unlikely, because in this formally announced message or former announcement back in May, I believe, or it's 5 months ago, here you go, they said, where was I'm kind of pulling this up on the fly, but yeah, here you go. I remember reading this in there, and it just kind of fits with this. After extensively researching decentralized exchange frameworks and analyzing existing implementations, we believe significant improvements can be made in providing Binance users with a level of trading experience to which they are already accustomed. So they've looked into all the exchanges, a bunch of them, and around this same time, there's actually a hackathon kind of for using DEXs to create a Binance chain. So I can't find out which of those it is, though, if they're using one or creating one themselves. So if anyone does know that, please holla holla. This is pretty interesting. Where does he say it on? He actually talks about, oh, I thought that I had it highlighted, but maybe not. He talks about it, though, like the DEX possibly will like replace its original baby as just regular Binance, and the volume will go there. I don't think that'll happen, but people like centralization, and it's more effective in a lot of different ways. People just don't want to admit that for some reason. But yeah, check out the video. It's interesting. Speaking of some Binance, they see volume growth as Coinbase nurses an 80% drop. I like that word use. That's good. Bitstamp handled 75 or 73% less volume in July than in January, while Binance's volumes remained steady, even posted a 21% increase last month versus June. Pretty awesome. Look at that, guys. Look right here. See on the right side, June to July. Here's Coinbase on the left. It's pretty damn rough. Another interesting signal back then was Coinbase was downloaded more than Facebook. Whoa. Whoa. So yeah, Binance, guys, is just hit the ground running so fast. They are not playing around, and they continue to, they're acting like a real, like almost like a more mature business. Like it's really interesting. They're already doing some M&As. I expect them to ramp that up hardcore when this market turns around a little bit, whenever that might be, later this year or next year, most likely. So yeah, you don't have to wait that long. And at the longest, I think 2 years, but that's like a low delta. It's a low chance of happening there. So, oh yeah, here it is. It was on the other article. Zhao saying his own decentralized offering could one day replace the current incarnation of Binance altogether. Yeah, he said that on a bulletin board referencing this. It's pretty funny. But, yeah, Binance, guys, they're kicking ass and taking names. Market time. What you really care about. Yeah, if you watch these videos too, like, please let me know if you think I should just separate them. Just right below. If you like separate videos, it can be really short. Or like do news separate and just charts, or just really just charts and no news. I don't know. I'm wondering where the value is, and I want to provide like maximum value. Period. So, and I can't do that without y'all telling me. So, bada boom. Here we are, still hovering around 206 billion on the market cap. Nothing too exciting. Now we're on the other side of this coin really fast. Yesterday we're up, talking about to break it. Now we're literally right reverse on the other side, talking about breaking it to the downside. So keep an eye out for this. Okay, this is gonna be real important. This is where you'll see an easier view of seeing if money is really participating in the price action that you're watching. Okay, let's check out some big movers. I bet it's mostly some red. Yeah, IOTA getting smashed on today, down 10%. Neo getting smashed on. Let's go look at Neo. I actually have not looked at Neo in a really long time. That one was really popular last year. It was really popular. Weekly is almost too large of a candle time-wise to look at this stuff. We are pretty much at all-time lows here. So that's interesting. We're about 16 bucks. Huh, I'm kind of glad that I looked at some Neo. Let's look at some internals on there. We don't have any drawn because I haven't. But Alt-H will put a horizontal on whatever you're at. It works up to here too on your big chart, if you didn't know that. Finally, bears are losing a little bit of momentum on the 3-day. Let's look at the 850. Okay. Bears still kind of strong on that, and also on the 4-hour. So on the daily, like, bears are definitely in control. Here in the next few days, though, this could provide a pretty interesting point of entry. Again, never financial advice. These are just my opinions. You're just watching a dude dick around with some charts and read some stuff. And, you know, eventually, when more people get in here, it can be just like a little mini community, hang out with some like-minded traders. Let's look at the Bitcoin pair, though. See if it's kind of the same. Wow, damn. Usually you don't get like almost the exact same chart. Ah, here's where it's different. It doesn't go back as far. Let's look at it at Neo dollar on Bittrex. Aha. So retract that. Bittrex, I should know. Always have to use that. 13 cents. Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't like it as much. Still okay. Definitely still okay. But, man, sometimes I forget, like, most of these coins just ran up from pennies, man. It, like, reminds me that, like, crap, do I need to be a little more bearish overall? I don't know. Alright, let's go back to just the general market. Kind of just got sidetracked with Neo there. Hadn't seen it in a long time. Any other big movers down? Ontology's kind of been getting sold off lately. Nothing too crazy. Everything's kind of just hovering around the same areas. We got all excited on the SEC news, and it didn't matter. It was a big non-event. Finally, we kind of got one of those. I feel like non-events aren't very popular in crypto yet, because they just haven't been kind of traded by enough people, by the masses. And it's kind of where, like, everyone's just really hyped up about something happening, and then it happens, and it's kind of just like, oh, cool, we kind of already knew that. That was fun. You could think, if you trade markets, you probably feel that way sometimes about the rate hikes, and the market sometimes doesn't do anything, and then sometimes it does a lot on the same news. That's why news doesn't really matter, guys. Watch price. Watch that price. Usually news gets applied to price, not the other way around. Sometimes it does. But those are usually overreactions. High percentage of them are. So we're still in this weird A-frame pattern. This could be a really ugly head and shoulders, possibly. Right here, right? I don't know if anyone's talking about that on crypto, Twitter. Probably. It's really, really damn ugly, though. But, hey, those are the ones that kind of sneak up on you. So maybe a little bit more upside here, like fast. And then that would be like make it a little bit better. But, yeah, just this general pattern right here is just pretty crazy. It's like a pyramid pattern. It's a conspiracy, guys. See, that's all-seeing eye, bros. Oh my god. Oh my god. Watch out. So, I don't know. We're still sticking with our script. Let's just go ahead and talk about price action. Screw all that stuff. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. I don't want to draw a pink line right there. That means nothing. Alright, let's go ahead and go to full screen too. There we go. Alright. So on the daily, guys, this is just getting monotonous almost. And I'm sure it is for everyone. We've been talking about being long and hold as long as we kind of hold the 62 area. And that's where I've been talking about holding my paper trades. And yeah, dudes. And then we're trying to close above 66 on a daily. I've been talking about it for damn an eternity, it feels like. Crypto is so funny like that. It's probably because everyone's so immersed in it. But yeah, so same story. Nothing's changed. You know, nothing has changed. I'm actually going to try to like breeze through these a little bit faster because especially right now, there's just not that much to talk about. From a technical analysis perspective, we're just right at that same damn level. We touched it. Look at this, how crazy it is too. We touched it on the bottom here again. What is this, like 5 or 6 times? Plus all the bodies of these candles line up here. And then that one insane spike. I don't know if you saw that. Let's go to the hour. Check that out. Bam! That was insane. Sold off pretty damn hard. Gave it all back up. It was like a Bart-ish formation. Bart with a really high front. Cool hairpiece. And now we're just chopping back in the same damn range. Like it's like nothing even happened. Let me draw a different box on here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about a little bit. So let's just take kind of most business has been done all in that yellowish box, right? And if we look at volume, it's just kind of like these are kind of little outliers out of the main zone, right? And they come snap back into the zone fast. Even happened to the upside now. So this is a damn battle, y'all. We just can't figure out what it wants to do. This is where it gets tough, all right? So we've been talking about it a little bit. If it goes sideways, the more sideways it kind of goes, the better that is if it can do it for a while. But without any action, that's in something like Bitcoin, that means it's coiling up for like a big ass move, okay? And so, and whether it's just something like this or in a few days, you know, it pops up 1,000 in a week, maybe a couple $1,000. You know, think about that if it's to the downside though. That puts you at 44. That's all the way down here into this next cluster of business, which is definitely, it's more likely to happen than not happen, that's for sure. At least like 55% chance. So, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't just snap back. Like we've talked about, it just something where we can get real good capitulation finally, and then do something like that, and then get back up, and we probably will come right back in this stupid range and then we'll be like, damn, what happened? What's really going on? That would be the ultimate case, something like that. If we kind of just keep doing this and doing like this, it becomes very hard unless we get really good metrics in mostly, like, you know, buy volume in here, and we can see that these bears keep staying underneath this trend line, which kind of matches up with this trend line right here. Y'all can see, did a false breakout. Didn't false breakout of our box though. We drew this box a long time ago when I first started doing these videos. We drew this red box right here. I have not touched it. I actually need to extend it a little bit, but I'm not even going to extend it until we can break out of this green box, all right? Because there's just no point. I don't want to get my hopes up, man. I'm over here all sad, man. All right, so let's go to 4 hour, see if we got anything. All right, so we do have a rare... We do have something rare right now on ADX, DMI indicator. You usually do not get the bulls and the bears over this mid area. I actually, one of my videos, when I first started doing this, I noticed it somewhere, and it's like, man, that does not happen frequently at all. And you know, there's not going to be any correlation to me, and you're like, oh my gosh, what does it mean? Does that mean it's going up or down? What did it do last time? I only found like one other time that it did it recently, and I did it on a higher time frame too, but it is very, very rare. So I am super curious. It's almost like maybe that means in this indicator you could extrapolate from that move is coiling up and it's about to get real gnarly, real hard, and real fast. But it doesn't. We don't know which way yet. These are just about to split. You know, green's gonna do this, and then red's gonna do this. Like, it's gonna be brutal, and that is likely the scenario coming up here. Let's go look at the shorts. I know everybody likes to look at the bitfinex shorts. Are they coming back in? Are they pile? Oh yeah, they piled back in. See, you can't phase these shorts, dude. Everyone's bearish. No one believes anything. These aren't real rallies. It's all fake. It's fake volume. You have small divergence here on DMI, but that's like, it's so high up there, and like, I mean, here you go, 25. Let me go ahead and put the numbers on there to give you the idea. Keep it consistent. There you go. So I mean, if you look at it, we're so far up here in the and this probably isn't a good indicator to use on something like this. Like, really, you almost just want to look at this as a whole number and compare it to other times. But we are likely in a position for one of these insane, like a real short squeeze. We have not seen any of those. I know everyone's talking about how BitMax and the manipulation in the quotes was that. It was not, in my opinion. That wasn't near enough money. I mean, people really, y'all are posting about $15 million or something just got bought right after bit. Like, what is, that's nothing. And like, come on, get out of here. It's like sneezing money. All right, no, do I wish I had that? Hell yeah. And I know everyone else that's listening to this is like, shit yeah, man. But that's not the point. You got to put it in relative context. Back to this chart though. See, we are bouncing right off. Look at that. Highs was about 38,200, and here we are. Open and close of both of these is almost like exactly the same. You know, I mean, this is just crazy. What the hell? What the hell? It's off by like 100, which is nothing on something that's measuring 38,000. So, yeah, the shorts aren't done yet, guys. Everyone's still bearish. I'm still seeing that. No one believes these rallies anymore. Like, so I'm not sure, really. That's kind of... And then you got NVDA quitting. I really want to see a YouTuber quit. That's what I really want to see. I think that would be like... And I know that sounds really bad. And I mean that in the nicest way. I just feel like it's inevitable. That's pretty damn likely. I'm going to show you all this market Psych Graph. Y'all have all seen it. We've all seen it, right? Just want to put this out there for some foods for thought. Where's the good one? Come on, these are not... None of these are the good ones, right? What the hell? What the hell, man? Maybe if I space it out. Oh, that's what it was. It needed the space. Okay, whatever. So we got it loaded up. So where we're at, everyone's like, oh man, you know, let me see if I can zoom in on this a little bit. I hope that's not too blurry. It looks okay from the live screen that I can see. Alright, so y'all are all familiar with this, right? It is the market psychology graph of the... This is really important to know, and not that you know this exact thing, but to understand psychology in trading, because this is what will separate you and give you an edge that's really hard to program in an algo, right? So do realize that trading is like 95% psychology for sure. Okay, it's actually pretty easy to click these buttons around and all that. But anyway, back to this. Like I was saying earlier, like I know it's mean, and maybe there just isn't enough. And I know that sounds crazy because there's a lot of crypto people, right? So like I just clicked on my video right here, right? Let's see what just pops up. We don't need to hear that right now. Yeah, I mean, look, you know, there's a lot of people, right? And I'm sure some have quit, but maybe like a bigger person. But maybe, like I said, we're just not quite there yet. Like maybe we have to go to 2,000 for that, or maybe we have to go up more to attract more semi-big people and then wash them out. Which is kind of what I think is in deck. I think we have a good bubble coming sooner than later, and it's going to be paired up with like stocks. It's going to fuel stocks, actually. It's going to be like the new .com bubble, or the new like video game bubble, like in the early 80s. Or actually like late 70s, early 80s. It blew up pretty good too. Yeah, this chart right here is really funny. If y'all haven't seen that, and I remember, I might pull that up here in a second. But anyway, I just want to show you, there's like, you know what that is. There's a lot of them. I'm just talking about that a little bit. So the psychology graph. So let's look at this and think about price right now. And maybe we can even put up, we'll look at a chart right here. Okay. Okay, man. Oops, that's not the right chart. There we go. This is the show chart. Here we go. So we got this one. Pumping up, bam, comes up, gets crazy up there, right? Here we go, pumps up, gets crazy up there, bam, right? You know, it's almost textbook at this point. On my Twitter, actually, if you go to No Noiz Research on my Twitter, in mid-January, I posted a chart. Actually, I'll just go show you because it's pretty funny. It is pretty damn funny. Alright, we don't care about what Trump's talking about right now. Let me scroll down and load it up, and shows you. Because it shows that... Oh. Feb. Here we go. We're getting close. Oh, yeah. This is an interesting one right here that I put out. I'll just open it on the side. Oh, Robinhood. Look at that. You just remember all these things. Here it is. So I just, I wrote, noticed this last night. It is eerily similar. Stay frosty out there. 2018 is going to be a doozy. I was just looking at this chart and I was just like, oh, crap. This couldn't be more exactly like that. Like, it literally could not be more exactly like that. Alright. And so, after you see how we have to kind of go to this mean right here. This is my favorite version of that chart, by the way, too. If y'all are looking at them, I think this is the best one. Versus this is the other one that a lot of people use. But they're both good. I just kind of like this other one. So, where are we in this, right? We're just going to use this one now to talk about it. So obviously price is down here, right? Or wait, I'm sorry, down here, which is, you know, looks really mean. So if we took off, and this is kind of relevant to this first pump off, first sell off in the bear trap with the media attention, I'm sure a lot of y'all remember that. Y'all probably started buying here in this area. Greed, most of everyone. I had people that never cared about crypto call me and they're like, hey man, how do you get crypto? This is crazy, you seen this? It was pretty funny. I'm sure a lot of you guys that were invested a little bit earlier or even just watching kind of had the same thing and like telling people, you know. It was pretty funny. Regardless, so where are we here? Clearly we're not on this side anymore, right? We're done with that side, okay? But we're here, and we already passed that, and we passed that, and we've gone to fear, and we're in the midst of between fear and capitulation, most likely, right? So let's go to this one. It has a couple more detailed spots. So you have anxiety. Why am I getting margin called? Denial. My investments are with great companies. They'll come back. Shit, everyone is selling. I need to get out. Who shorted the market? Why did the government allow this to happen? Oh, capitulation, sorry, is I can't afford to lose anymore. Right, so y'all are all familiar with this. So where are we at in this kind of area, right? Because clearly we're not on this side. So I've seen depression already. My retirement money is lost. How can we pay for all this new stuff? I'm an idiot, right? And I've seen lots of anger. Who shorted the market? There's a lot of who manipulated this, manipulated that, all that kind of crap. I think we've passed panic. And I'm pretty sure we're like in this little combo zone here of CAD. Capitulation, anger, and depression. Okay. And I'm sure some of y'all feel this way, though. This is what's so weird. Is like disbelief. This is a suckers rally. There's a lot of people thinking that any rally is bullcrap. And that's why we keep getting slapped, too, whenever it gets up to any kind of formidable area. It's just like, no, no, no. Okay? And so this dip right here, so you have that big run up, and I used the 3-day, so we're going to look at it on a 3-day again. So let's just, you know, you're not looking at that part of the chart anymore. And so it's going down, up, it's got another test, and then it has like this little flush out test, right? Whoops. So it goes down, up, down, up. It has a little flush out here and one kind of right here, right? And of course, nothing looks exactly like this. But since we've been hearing depression, anger, and disbelief, like all in the same one, and crypto's new and moves really fast, like we are in this weird CAD zone, depending exactly where you're at. Because capitulation happened for most people, but not people that bought early last year or a year or two ago or three. They're still up a lot. They're like, that kind of sucked. I lost a lot of money, but I'm still up a lot. It's all good. They didn't lose any principal. So it seems that we're kind of trying to figure this part out. And as we've talked about too, having that little crazy flash crash real quick, that would, and then recovering very fast, that would be almost exactly what I would like to see. And that pans up to kind of like this part of maximum, just like what the shit, right? So that's kind of how I'm looking at this. I do still have a weird feeling the end of this year is going to be bullish. I don't know, could just be bias, of course, but I really do think that this is just like a little consolidation before we start getting some good news and ramping up. Remember, end of next month or by the end of September, the ETF has to be announced. But again, they can announce it any day. They could come out tomorrow and be like, the SIBO ETF, physical backed with Van Eck is approved. They could say that tomorrow, okay? Don't forget that. So we probably will likely stay in this range until we get like towards the end of September, I would guess. Kind of, we'll see, but that's what I'm kind of thinking and playing on. So where are we here? Are we getting there? Are we almost to capitulation? I don't know. No one really does. Oh my gosh, I forgot you can't do that on log. When you try to move lines, it's just like, because the scale's all wacky. Whoa. If you take, I've drew a line on a different chart on Bitstamp because it's longer, and you can go back to like 2013. And if you draw kind of that medium line, either this is the despair part in that bottom, or it has to go to like 2,000 or 3,000. So we're definitely not out of the woods, and as I've said before too, multiple times, we need to close above 12K to really start getting this party started one more time. Let's see. No, it's not that one. But it's kind of similar to this one. I think I kind of modified it a little bit. So you have where we are bouncing here, and then here's kind of the second tester, and then below that, then you're in complete free fall mode, and we can go anywhere at any time. It's probably dangerous to be extra long any Bitcoin in this range, which we are banging right on top of, mind you. Sorry, that's a little bit messy chart. My Bitstamp chart, I do a lot of the longer, more in-depth research on, just because it has more data. Like, it goes back to like 2011, so that's nice. All right, so price on Bitcoin, though, is looking fairly good. It's been a wild-ass ride, but I think that we need to go up a little bit still to this mid 7,000s, even just to sell off. We need to get some new buyers, just some new money, and that doesn't mean it's going to be bullish, but I kind of think that that's in the cards, just to kind of get up there. Like, oh shit, okay, it's awesome, see? So if it is going to go down more, that would be a lot healthier even for the strength of that move, because selling off from here, I think, will be a little bit tougher. 58 and 6,000 has been real good support, but they have been working it a lot here, so do keep that in mind. Again, where it's just so simple. 62. I said I was going to keep it short, yeah, right. 6,200 still. It's been the same since right over here. This show. It's like, oh, there's 62. Came down to almost test it twice. That's where we're at right now, guys. I'll fly through Ethereum real quick. I just don't even think it matters right now until Bitcoin does something. Yeah, see, it's all going to be the same. I'm actually just going to leave it with the Bitcoin today. So, yeah, here we are. Bulls are strong. And the 850 is showing that the bulls are a little bit stronger. They're not above where we like to see it. And on the daily, even with this kind of ugly candle, they did show slight dominance. But again, don't hold your breath until we get back up over that 6,600. We still can't close a daily over it. What the hell? All right, it's gonna happen soon. All right, by this week, I think it's likely. That's what I'm just gonna say that. I know it's bad to say predictions, so I'll probably be totally wrong, but that's okay. It's fun sometimes. It's fun to make gentleman bets, you know, when you do that. All right, guys, there you go. I hope you enjoyed the show. Again, my name is Z-Rex. If you did enjoy it, sub, bell, and smash. If you have any questions or want to talk to me directly, I'd be more than happy to help you out or point you in any direction that you might need. If you look at, you can message me on Twitter, or if you just go to Telegram and join the No Noise chat, that would be cool too. So then other people can also read the stuff that you ask and maybe learn from it too. It's all about community, guys, and supporting everybody else. It's lonely out there when you trade because, you know, one, no one really likes it. But crypto's making it cool. I'm starting to see, like, candlestick charts and stuff, like shirts, like candlestick shirts. I'm like, what? Yeah, I see a lot of candlestick charts, but candlestick patterns on shirts, like t-shirts, promoing stuff. It's pretty cool. All right, guys. I will say farewell to y'all, and we will chat tomorrow and see if that daily candle can get its ass over 66. Or hell, go close below 62 as well. Let's just get some kind of action going. All right, guys. Y'all take care. Peace.